Good morning, my dear kids. We are going to learn new lesson as like hardware and software. In this one lesson, first we are going to learn to define an hardware and software, differentiate between hardware and software, to identify different types of softwares, and to use the Windows operating system and take care of computer hardware. So right here we are having some few pictures as like first one point here you can see this is and blind points. We have to identify these points, what are their names of this hardware. This is called speaker, CPU, mouse, keyboard. This is an monitor. These are all our hardwares, which it means as like the definition of hardware is clearly mentioned on your screen. The physical part of computer that which you can touch, see and feel it. जिसे आप टच कर सकते हो, फील कर सकते हो, उसे हम क्या कहते हैं? हार्डवेयर कहते हैं. As in form of your CD, DVD and other parts of the CPU such a box and monitor, keyboard and so on. Like such examples are right here. You can see that here some input, output and storage devices are also right here. As like keyboard, mouse, this is called input device. Output device as like printer, monitor, storage device, CD, DVD or pen drives. Here input device such as keyboard, mouse, joystick, scanner and web camera, which is very helpful for input our information in computer system. इनपुट डिवाइस मीन्स जिससे हम इंफॉर्मेशन कंप्यूटर के अंदर हम डालते हैं. आउटपुट डिवाइस सच लाइक मॉनिटर, प्रिंटर, हेडफोन, स्पीकर. आउटपुट डिवाइस मीन्स जो हमें कंप्यूटर पे दिखता है या फिर जो भी हम आउटपुट के ज़रिए देख सकते हैं. एज लाइक प्रिंटर से हम देखते हैं, मॉनिटर से देखते हैं, हेडफोन से हम म्यूज़िक सुनते हैं, स्पीकर से भी हम म्यूज़िक सुनते हैं. दिस आर कॉल्ड एन आउटपुट. CPU as like processing device. CPU is only right there. Then storage devices such like LCD, hard disk, pen drive जिसके अंदर हम डेटा स्टोर करते हैं उसे हम कहते हैं storage devices. Softwares as like software is a set of instruction that is called a computer program. Means जो एक instructions प्रीमेडिफाइड करके रखी होती है उसे हम कंप्यूटर का प्रोग्राम कहते हैं, उसे हम सॉफ्टवेयर कहते हैं. एज लाइक इट इंस्ट्रक्ट द कंप्यूटर हार्डवेयर व्हाट टू डू एंड हाउ टू परफॉर्म सम पर्टिकुलर टास्क. सॉफ्टवेयर से ही हम सीखते हैं या फिर सॉफ्टवेयर से ही हमें एक टास्क को सिखाते हैं कि उसको क्या करना है, कितना काम कैसे करना है. दैट इट इज़ ओनली द रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू मेक एन हार्डवेयर वर्क. एज लाइक हमें अगर प्रिंटर भी हमें स्टार्ट करना है, सो प्रिंटर इज़ हैविंग इट्स ओन सॉफ्टवेयर. प्रिंटर को हम डायरेक्टली कंप्यूटर से कनेक्ट करने के बाद में उसे हम एक सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल करना पड़ता है. विद द हेल्प ऑफ इट इट कैन वर्क वेरी प्रॉपरली. एज लाइक देर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर्स, application software and system software. First one is very important as like application software. Here you can see the software which help you to perform specific task on computer known as application software. As like ऐसे सॉफ्टवेयर जो आपको कंप्यूटर पे वर्क करने के लिए बहुत हेल्प करते हैं उसे ही हम कहते हैं एप्लीकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर. फॉर एन एग्जांपल कैलकुलेटर टू कैरी आउट कैलकुलेशन, touch pen for drawing, colors on computer. As like there are numbers of softwares are right there. As like word processing software, Microsoft Office Word is there, Open Office is right there on your screen. You can see now Spreadsheet as like PowerPoint and so different one. Library offices are also right there. With the help of these things, Spreadsheet, you can organize and store your analyzed data in tabular form. Next, presentation of application. Here you can see in presentation of application, here we can go for Microsoft PowerPoint and Open Office as well. There are some few difference between your spreadsheet application and presentation application. Here in spreadsheet application there are some information which we can make in tabular form. As like you saw and in one notebook in your first standard and second standard, that was a notebook for mathematics. Box notebooks, small boxes where there absence of you are having ruling line. There you can perform some numbers of mathematics very easily. that is spreadsheet application right here as in form of MS Excel. And right here you can see a presentation. With the help of this presentation software you can make slideshow and so on. Graphic animations, as like graphic animation which is allows you to create an image and animation and different types of graphics with it, as like here GIMP, Photoshop, and scratch some examples of our different types of application. Gaming application you can see right now you can use, and different types of gaming application which are shown here, but I'm just suggesting you to use educational applications only. Now here system software. What is in system software? It is the software that controls and manages overall activities a computer system. As an operating system such as Windows is an example of system software. Here it is very important point, OS. OS means operating system. It is a set of computer program that act as interface between user of a computer and computer hardware. This is very important, as like whatever the hardware which is connected with our motherboard or our CPU, it is making it work very properly. That is the work of CPU, which is made to communicate with our user within a computer. Next, it allows user to communicate with the hardware very easy method, as like a computer cannot work without an operating system. It is very clear part, as like if your computer is right there but operating system is not installed in that computer, so it will not work properly. It should require and different types of operating system, as in form of Microsoft Windows, Macintosh, Linux, and Ubuntu. These are some operating systems, as like relationship between and computer and software and computer hardware only. It is non-working without an operating system and application software. It is no of use. If you are not having operating system, it will not work properly. A computer with an operating system, which it means that it can work very properly with an available features of operating system only. As like if you want some advanced features and advanced application which is you want for working on with your data, so you require some different types of data softwares, as like your Microsoft Office, Open Office, Photoshop, and so on. Here right here Windows 7. Windows 7 is one of the most common used operating system. When you turn on the computer, Windows 7 starts automatically and welcome screen which is displayed right here. You can see this is the an opening screen of Windows 7 operating system. At the start right here, you can see start button, next start menu. This is called start menu right here, and the small boxes which is present on the screen is called icons. The horizontal bar which is present at the bottom of the screen here, it is called taskbar. Notification area, the small application icons which is called a notification area, which is notice you different types of messages. And date and time, which shows your current date and time which is working on your PC. As like components of Windows 7 screen, you can see just we discussed that points briefly we are going to learn now. Here in this one Windows 7 screen, which are very important points we are going to discuss right here. As like desktop icons, the small pictures or graphics on a desktop screen that represent an application or program are called refers as to an icon. Any icons can be opened by double click within mouse. You can open any icons single or double click. Obviously you have to double click on it, then only you can open your Windows 7 application or XP application or modern version also. Commonly representations on a desktop, you can see first is recycle bin, where you just recently deleted or removed your data, it is placed and stored in it. Using network icon, you can whether you can connect with a network or internet, that all information is placed in network section. And my computer, here you can see your all the hard disk drive data and your information of operating system right there. Taskbar, the long horizontal bar at the bottom of the desktop is called taskbar. It contains a start button, application icon left, and has notification area icon, time, speaker volume at its right side. What is a start button? The start button is most important button that present at the left of the taskbar, and it displays start menu and that allows you to open different applications with it. मीन्स विद द हेल्प ऑफ स्टार्ट बटन आप उसको कोई एप्लीकेशन को या फिर अपनी प्रोग्राम लिस्ट को आप ओपन कर सकते हो. Obviously, and date and time, with the help of date and time you can just watch out some date and what is correct date, current time, whatever is going on. Notification area, it has small icons that inform you about the status of various tasks which is running currently on your computer. That is use of notification area. Here taking care of computer, this is a very important part, as like fight dust. Obviously whenever you are using computer, the dust should not be there. You have to make your computer clean and clear nearby to your computer, because if dust is right there, then it will just harm and it's cause for overheating, and with the help of dust it will may get harm to your computer. You have to use clean hands. Make sure your hand it should be clean before you are using your computer, your laptop, your keyboard or your mouse. Don't have food. I like no food, no drink. Means don't drink or don't have food while you are using computer. Means accidentally if you are using a drinking things while you are using computer and suddenly that and liquid is fall on your keyboard or your laptop, it will cause damage. Handle with very carefully, as like you can see if you are using CD or DVD, or if you are using any hard drives, or if you are using laptop, you have to use it very carefully. If it's using very hardly, so suddenly if it fell down, it will just harm to your device. Very good my dear kids. So what we learned today, let us get shortly revised on that point. As like first we started with our hardware and software lesson with different types of components of our computer. We just given the names, then after we learn the definition of hardware, which is physically touch and we can feel with our hands, it's called hardware. We learned about input device, output device and storage device, as like mouse, keyboard, input device, output device, printer, monitor, storage device, CD, DVD, pen drive. Software, as it like software is a set of instruction that is called computer and program. Okay, and then after we learned the two different types of softwares, as like application software and system software. Application software, which it means in simple word, if you want to perform some extra task, as in form of if you want to work on words, means if you want to type some letters, you can go for Microsoft Office Word or Open Office Writer. If you want to work on some Excel sheet, you can go for Spreadsheet application, as like in form of MS Excel, of Library Office, on Open Office Excel, Calci also. Then presentation applications are also like there, PowerPoint, Open Office and so on. Graphical animation application is also right there, Scratch, GIMP and so on. Next, then after we learnt about system software, as in form of operating system, very important part about our computer, as like OS is an operating system. Without an operating system, our computer does not work very properly. That is very important point. Next part, we learned about the components of Windows 7, as like desktop icon, recycle bin, network, my computer icon, taskbar, start button, date and time. notification area, and at the last we learned about taking care of our computer as well. Thank you, my dear kids.